So in this video, I want to answer another question that we get all the time from new buyers. And it's, Juan, one of my biggest concerns is that I don't want to overpay. How do I make sure that I'm paying a fair price? And that's a totally legitimate question. So here's the reality, and it's that if you're buying with financing, remember that if you're getting a loan, whether it's from Wells Fargo or Bank of America or Joey's Bank, it doesn't matter. If you're buying a property with financing, which by the way, most people are, right? Maybe they're coming in with 3.5% down payment. Maybe they're coming in with 10 or 20 or 50% down payment. But the majority of people are getting some type of financing. That's very common. And so if you're getting financing, that lender that's lending you the money, I promise you, they are not going to lend you more than the property is worth. And so what they're going to do as part of the requirements for the loan process is that they're going to require an appraisal to be done on the property. Now, the good news is that that appraisal is assigned to a local appraiser that no one can have anything to do with. Not the buyer, not the seller, not the realtors, not even directly the mortgage broker that you're speaking to as a customer, as a buyer. The mortgage broker directly or the loan originator, they can't communicate with that appraiser. It's 100% totally neutral and independent. And that appraiser typically is going to look at obviously they're going to look at the most recent sales, the most recent comparables to justify the value of that property to the lender. But usually they're going to be doing that appraisal on the conservative side instead of being overly generous. And the reason for that is that today they work for the bank. They don't work for the buyer. They don't work for the buyer's realtor. They're not interested in pleasing the mortgage broker that's originating the loan. They're not interested in pleasing the seller or the seller's realtor. They're not interested in pleasing anyone, only the lender, only the bank that's giving the loan. And so as a result of that, they tend to err on the side of caution. They tend to be more conservative. And so again, as a result of that, if you put an offer on a property, for example, and you offer $300,000, but the property appraises for $250,000, the bank is not going to lend you more than the purchase price based on $250,000, right? But if the property appraises for $325,000 and you're the buyer, then congratulations, you're buying a property at a lower price compared to the current appraisal. Now, in most cases, if you're putting an offer, before we place an offer, we are going to look at, we are representing you. We are going to look at the most recent sales to advise you in helping you make the most reasonable offer, also based on what's going to be likely the appraised value in today's market. All right. So anyway, I hope you find that helpful. I hope that puts you at ease a little bit, that you're not going to overpay for any property today if you're getting financing. And even if you're buying cash today, you can always also put a contingency, which we can help you with, that the offer is cash subject to an appraisal, contingent on the property appraising at that value. Now, realistically, if you're a cash buyer, you may not necessarily need an appraisal, because in either way, we are going to run the comparable sales and advise you on what the most recent sales activity has been, and then we'll make an offer based on that. And so you may not need to pay for a separate appraisal. So anyway, I know that was a lot of information. I hope you find that helpful. As always, let us know if there's any questions on this or anything else. We're happy to help you any way that we can, and we'll catch you soon. Talk to you soon.